All right, so puzzles in the classroom. I came up with this idea in my second year of teaching, and I've been doing it ever since. I always will have a puzzle available to the kids in the classroom. Let me explain to you why I do it, what the benefits are of it, and I hope that I encourage many of you teachers, whether you teach elementary school all the way up through high school, and I don't even care if you're a college professor, I think it's a great idea to always have a jigsaw puzzle available to the kids, the students, the pupils, whatever you want to call them, readily available to them, and let me explain to you why. As the year goes on, it gets progressively harder. We start with a slow, 1 or 200 pieces, and then we make our way into those 1,000-piece puzzles by the end of the school year. There's incentive behind it. The kids want to complete the puzzle because they know that they get a party if it does get completed. You have the opportunity to talk strategy with the kids. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down with a kid working one-on-one on a puzzle because they were the first one done with an assignment, and they start trying to find pieces that match together. And I'm like, yo, maybe grab an edge piece. And what do you mean? Like one with a straight edge? Shouldn't you kind of work on the border? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Wait, you really didn't think about that before you started this puzzle? So strategy, right? Communication, coming up with a plan, working together. These are all things that you can gain by just opening up a box and throwing a bunch of pieces down on a table and saying, hey, those are readily available for you once you get your work done and you take care of business in this classroom. And my number one reason for a puzzle is entertainment, right? There's many times in a classroom where a kid finishes an assignment early, there's still 10, 15 minutes left in the class period, and they come up to you and they ask you, what else can I do? Now we have challenging worksheets that we provide. Sometimes we go a little bit deeper in the instruction, and all is well with that. And I'm not telling you to shy away from what you've done in the past, but having a jigsaw puzzle laid out for the kids, or just a puzzle in general. I have ring puzzles where you got to figure out and problem solve how to get them off of string. Puzzles up the wazoo, to be honest with you. There's options out there. The options are endless, so choose what works for you. But back to what I was saying, having a jigsaw puzzle laid out on a table, having an area of the classroom where they know that this is where the puzzle is worked on, it allows the kids the opportunity to go and entertain themselves, and also encourages them to get through an assignment and not waste a whole lot of time. Some kids really buy into the puzzles, and what I see them do is a worksheet where they might have talked to their friends about what their favorite movie is. Instead of sitting and chatting about their favorite movie, they're trying to get through this assignment quickly and properly so they can turn it in. They get 100% on it, then they're allowed to go and work on the puzzle. So that's my number one reason, is just giving them entertainment, something else that they can do other than the math work that they're going to do on a regular basis in my room. Okay, the second reason is it obviously is going to benefit their math brain, right? We know that working on puzzles is going to help with spatial awareness. Okay, this is a strong skill that needs to be developed over time. And a lot of kids, what I realize is that they have never sat down and truly done a jigsaw puzzle before, ever in their entire life. And I deal with kids that are usually 15, 16 years old. Now, being at that age and never having done one, and to be honest, they probably did it when they were really, really little, little baby puzzles, but it was good that their parents were giving them those at a very young age, as infants, and practicing those skills, but then it just went away. It wasn't something that the family continued to do at the home. So providing them that opportunity at the school, I think is a huge benefit to them in the long run. And then my third reason, and probably the most important reason that the kids recognize, is that there's incentive behind it. So what I do in my room, and by no means do you have to go about it in this way, but what I do is I offer them a little bit of a carrot, right? I dangle that carrot in front of them. I say, when a puzzle gets completed, we can have a classroom party. Okay, classroom party basically just consists of kids bringing in snacks, foods, drinks. We're still going to do the math that day. I let them know right away, right off the get-go, that don't think that I'm giving up an hour with you to not do math at all. We're still going to do the math, but we'll eat, drink, and be merry while we're doing it on that day. And so they got to earn that. Now, one of the things that I really, really hone in on is the fact that I know for a fact that every single puzzle that I own in that classroom isn't missing a single piece. Okay? Now, you let 6 periods of algebra kids go through and all of them work on a puzzle, what do you think the first thing that's going to happen? You're going to lose some pieces. And I don't like losing pieces in my puzzle, so I make it very, very clear to them if at the end of this a piece has gone missing. It went missing because one of you was not careful enough and taking responsibility enough to keep track of what was going on. So I'll see puzzle pieces on the ground all the time. And what I do is I just pick those up and I take care of business. I throw them into my desk, and that is where they stay and they remain. Okay, because that puzzle, when it gets completed, that ain't gonna get them a party. They're not gonna get to enjoy the prize that was laid out in front of them. So keep that in mind, that there's so many other skills other than spatial awareness that you can teach through doing this in your classroom. So let me break it down one more time really quick. All right, so I hope that this reaches out to many teachers. I hope you guys watch this video. You think about something that I do in my room that has really worked well for me. And it's created a lot of good opportunities and relationships. And then the other thing you can do, if you're unlike me, I wish I was more like a lot of those elementary school teachers where I'd Mod Podge the stuff together, hang it up on the wall. I just don't have the time really to do that. So do whatever you want with it. There's brilliant ideas out there. The kids typically will give you the puzzles as presents. Once you have done it for a couple of years, you'll accumulate a lot of puzzles through that, as long as they like you, I guess. And just have some fun with it, you know, participate with the kids. Do not, funny story, do not allow the custodian to come in during his work time and sit for an hour and complete a puzzle for you, because you'll come back and you'll say, okay, now I gotta get donuts and bring food in for the kids. And he just laughs and says, oh, I thought it was there for everybody. So keep that in mind. Love you all. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Study hard and good luck on that upcoming test.